Around 1,700 people in Kansas are about to have their driver's licenses declared invalid. Why? Because they're transgender.
I was angry and terrified at the same time yesterday.
A new state law requires driver's licenses and birth certificates to list someone's sex as assigned at birth.
They told us that there was no grace period and that our driver's license or IDs would be invalid on February 26th.
The law, SB 244, passed this month with a Republican supermajority in the legislature overriding Democratic Governor Laura Kelly's veto. Kansas officials expect to cancel about 1,700 driver's licenses and reissue up to 1,800 birth certificates. Other states restrict gender marker changes on IDs, but Kansas goes further, requiring some changes that were previously approved to be reversed. Siobhan Kirstein is a custodian at the University of Kansas who is transgender.
I've lived in Lawrence, Kansas for 8 years. I came here for grad school. I love this community. It is one of the best communities I've ever lived in. I have friends, despite the fact that we love this place, that we do not feel safe in Kansas anymore.
Gabriel Padilla is a math teacher in Wichita who is transgender. He told CNN he hasn't received a letter about his ID yet, but is expecting one.
Honestly, I just want to be Gabriel. And being Gabriel means having the same gender marker, having my birth certificate, everything has changed.
Supporters of the law say it reflects what they describe as basic biology and a return to what voters want on gender policy. Those affected say it changes daily life.
This affected not only our ability to drive, but anything else that you use your ID for.
Listen, man, just to be honest, it just seems like people get in an uproar about any and everything, but let's just speak to it. At the end of the day, you can at times choose to do whatever you want in your free time. But in terms of laws, and in terms of changes by law, you have to, be properly identified. I don't understand what's so unsafe about that. And saying oh, this is causing an uproar. It's really not. I said this in another video. There's this rage bait mentality that I'm seeing more and more and more, not just through content creators and influencers, but even through media. And I'm sure it's been going on for some time, but it just seems like it's more prevalent. It's prevalent more than ever before. It's like the intent is to get people all riled up about what they disagree with or agree with, to a point to where now they start becoming chaotic or just outwardly expressive about what they don't like and how they don't feel safe. And it's like they're using all of these trigger words. I don't feel safe, or I can't drive. What's unsafe about your license changing? I don't understand that. I'm sure they'll tell you something like, well, if they change our license, what's next? But at the end of the day, you're biologically a man. For him, when he's identifying as, if you want to identify as a woman, okay, you can do that as you please, but on your driver's license, it should really say who you are. Here's a perfect example. I know someone who runs a dental practice. I won't say what happened, but long story short, they couldn't figure out if the person that they were serving was an actual male or female. The identification said male, but the presentation was female, and it was a bit confusing. So now that they're trying to figure this out, when the dentist came out, was trying to find out hey, is this a man or a woman? They couldn't even tell her if it was a man or a woman, because the driver's license was saying it was male, but he was presenting as a woman. They were just confused. And I think the reality is no matter what you identify with, no matter what you're thinking that you are in your head, there still is an important reason for people, especially medical and law enforcement, to know if you're a male or a female. I don't get the outrage. I don't understand how this isn't simple common sense. But at the end of the day, what I've learned is when people want what they want so bad, they're willing to make life completely inconvenient for others, even the things that are important, so that they can get what they want. Now he's saying he doesn't feel safe. I'm not laughing at him. It's just like, so because your driver's license has to say what you are biologically at birth, now you're unsafe? Like, is it still not a safe community for you? I'm sure the people around you and the people in the city can tell that you're not biologically a woman. I mean, I could look at the video. Now, I will say this. The other woman who's identifying as a man, I was thrown off. I actually thought that was a man at first until I found out that she's transgender. And you say, see how confusing it is? She's transgender, but it's like, I'm thinking maybe it's supposed to be he's transgender. Like the confusion and the deception behind it all. It's just like, what? But now you want us in professional settings, in serious matters, to be confused? Nah. They said the change is because it's what, voters wanted. I just think it's just necessary in society for people to be properly identified as what they are. If you want to cross-dress, if you want to identify something different amongst your family and your friends, and even maybe amongst strangers when you're going out and about, that's fine. But when it comes to matters of importance like law, employment, medical matters, we need to know who you are. It's just that simple. If you're walking across the street from me, I don't need to know who you are. But if there's something happening, the people need to properly identify you. It just seems like unnecessary outrage and just deception altogether. But that's a whole nother conversation. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.